on.
Put it into nav mode. There's a master mode switch, which is a dial just by your left knee in front of the choice.
Got it.
Yeah. There you go. And you can flick the HUD glass up and down. I normally have it all the way up. Some people say that they prefer to have it down all the time. So I guess whatever works for you.
Sure. It's very, very fast on turning on the ground, isn't it?
Yeah.
The nose wheel steering is manic.
The server is up, by the way.
Oh, we've already started. You gotta give me a warning for this. To pack the stuff.
No, I just loaded it. There were two other people, two randoms in the server. I let them be, but they disconnected.
Okay, I'm just joining.
I see our F-18s have wingtip Abrams again. People on the forum, Tilly, they claim that, well, technically, the launcher on the wingtips of an F-18 can carry AMRAAMs. They are restricted from doing so because it overloads the wing fold mechanism.
Ah.
So even land-based F-18s don't use them.
Well, that would make sense because they're tiny little wings, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Rearming. Copy.
Hello, Ford and Nick on my stream.
Rearming complete.
I think I muted my mic by accident.
Yes, you did.
Were you talking then?
Yeah. I've just done another test of the rockets and they work fine now, so that's me coming into the server now. Wanted to make sure there was something that I could at least use tonight without messing up.
I take it we have landing waypoints?
Yes. I don't think the Abkhazia air bases have ILS though. I think it's just the ones in Georgia.
Yeah, I think so as well. I checked it earlier.
I thought it was only the ones in Russia that have ILS.
No, the Russian ones don't have any ILS at all.
I'm not sure about that because Krimsk definitely has it. Krimsk and Sochi definitely have it, so it's definitely in Russia as well.
Oh, bollocks.
What?
Why is there only one? There's only two Vigans.
Yes.
That's not right.
Enfield 1-1.
Probably
Overlord.
not.
Bra 0.
There were supposed to be 8.
130 at
Oh.
7,000 knots.
Do you want us to come out?
Yeah, I'm just checking the mission on my file. The mistake I might have made is I made them AI to start with by mistake and then changed them to client. I may have just made one each and left the other 3 as AI or something stupid like that. Yeah, that's what I've done. So, Distro, when you spawned in your Vigan, you will have spawned with 3 AI wingmen by accident. I'm changing it now. Just a minor thing.
Okay, I'll come out again.
While I'm in here, I'll just double check the triggers and things. I'll look over them.
I'll be back in a few minutes.
Copy.
I'll rename this as 1. Oh no, not 1.1, but okay. There's the updated version.
Okay.
I'll put it in the missions thing as well.
Today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on.
Distro, change your mic thing again. Check the switch on the back.
Right. Is that better?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah, it's very sensitive to directions. And if I put it like this, it's fine. But if I hold it like this, you can't hear shit. So there's that. It's the advantage of cardioid mics. They're directional.
All right, the server is loading again.
Yeah, there's all of the vegans are available now.
That's good. Are you feeling better, by the way, Tilly?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, you sound a lot better.
I think it was just I didn't have enough sleep. So, what do we have?
Those reconnaissance pictures are really good.
They were taken by a highly classified US spy plane known only as Control Print Screen. Well, let me just check something.
So waypoint 5 is the RTB point?
Waypoint 5 is target, waypoint 4 is IP.
Read the briefing, Distro.
Oh, then I had them mixed up. Altitude 2000? Are you sure about that?
I don't write those things, they are automatically generated with the correct data. Which one are you confused about?
Waypoint B5. In the Knee-book it says altitude 2000.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Remember, there's all these mountains around this area.
Yeah, but that's the that is... Oh, that's in feet. Is it in feet?
2,000 feet.
Oh, that makes more sense. Ah, I thought that was in meters.
So you and I are in Vigans. I think Piper will come in a Vigan in a couple of minutes' time. I'm guessing Raven and Risky are taking Mirages.
Rearming.
I am.
Yes,
Okay.
I will too.
Okay. Red Kite is in.
What shall we do for spacing? 20? 15?
Well, I might take rockets instead of bombs. Then you can go in for a flat attack, and I make a pop-up attack and hit what you didn't manage to kill on your first pass. But we'll
Okay.
fly the same initial attack profile.
Well, considering that this place is very big, or this FOB is fairly big, I'm gonna go with 20 meter spacing.
Rearming complete.
We can measure how long the convoy bit is if you want. Oh, is that 20 meters between each bomb, or is that a total of 20 meters spacing?
No, it is between each bomb.
Okay.
Or I think it drops them by 2. You know, actually, I'm not sure. Let me look it up.
Convoy bit is 2/10 of a mile. So make of that what you will. There's also the friendly blue foreground unit over there, which can do some lasing. Buddy lasing.
Raven, what's your loadout?
At the moment, Cap.
Sorry, you cut out.
Cap, combat air patrol,
Oh, okay. Cool.
air to air. It's what I prefer doing, really.
Yeah, sure.
And we have plenty of people who prefer air to ground.
Okay, I'll
should
join you.
have, tonight you should have a bit of a challenge. I've made it so that there will definitely be enemies, and there will also definitely be civilians. So it's up to you. You could just shoot them all down, or you can play it as investigate them first before you shoot them.
Yeah, and I read that it's really good. Thank you for doing that.
And the civilian ones, they're not a neutral party. They are still red
Overlord,
for,
passing
but they
waypoint
will be
2,
unarmed
2000.
transport things. So they will still not show up with an IFF transponder.
I reckon
Do
the
you?
easiest way to at least guess it from the get-go is to just look at how fast. Because if there are jets going, like fighters going for an attack run on you, they're coming at least vaguely for you and very fast. Considering the most civilian aircraft probably go for 300 knots-ish. I actually have no idea what the cruising speed of a civilian aircraft is.
The one I intercepted a few days ago was only doing 180.
What I do know is that below 10,000, like in real life, an airliner is not allowed to exceed 250 knots below 10,000 feet. And I reckon that they're going to go really.
Vigans look weird with a full missile loadout. They just don't look right. I've
They
gone
look
for.
like they're not supposed to be able to fly.
Oh, I don't. There's just something wrong about it.
Risky, you're going the wrong way.
Yeah, I just noticed.
I've also heard that the RB-74, the AIM-9L Sidewinder for the Vigan, is bugged. and it's supposed to be the all-aspect version of the missile, but it doesn't act like it. So that if you do want to take self-defense missiles, you're better off going for the 24J, which is a P5, like you get on the F5 Tiger.
So you mean it's terrible? Like I already found out the other day.
The P5 is all right. P5 is still all aspect apparently, but it's
No, the vegan one is rear aspect only. But as I saw, it's very easy to spoof.
yeah, but it's meant for self-defense, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I do hope that it will be fixed before the F-14 is released.
Oh,
It's a-
nobody's gonna fly the vegan when the F-14 comes out.
Yeah, they will. Sure, they will. I think they're going to complement each other. Imagine a
Yeah,
mission
eventually,
with.
not initially.
I'd love
Imagine
to
a
fly the
mission-
14 as a Rio.
I'm gonna be a pilot, and I probably try to be an RIO, and I'm gonna need to find a good one.
When the F-14 comes out, I'll just keep bitching till the F-18 comes out.
Oh, yeah.
But imagine this: Vigans, anti-ship missiles, RBO-4s, because they'll be era appropriate. A flight of Vigans has to try and take out the aircraft carrier that the F-14s start on, and the F-14s have to scramble and intercept the Vigans if you can find them flying low and fast.
Yeah, that's actually gonna be. Well, it is they have a relatively old-fashioned radar, so I don't think they're gonna be that good at that.
Exactly.
But then again, I don't know, because I know that radar is a fucking handful to use, so it might have actually got a picture of it.
So much of a handful that you need a person in the back to do it for you.
Well, you basically have a dedicated person for it, yeah. But
Yay.
because that person is there anyway, they also do all the radio communication. If the pilot generally did not really communicate with the outside, even for navigation cues, it was all the RIO's job.
Yeah,
Shall
I read
we-
about that. That was really weird.
Yeah. But then again, it lessens the workload of the pilot, and from what I know, it's quite a handful to fly as well. Right, Telly, shall we move to the thing?
The runway.
Yes.
I'm just setting up a couple of things. My countermeasures, jamming pod, target information.
Yeah, I'm just going to use a space of 20 meters, and then you can have a look whether it's good or not, and you can review short reference.
Are you going to do a pop-up point?
Because
Oh,
it's
okay.
bombs, you don't need to. Actually, you can't use a pop-up point for it because you're too low.
I think Red's just joining.
Have you guys ever had icing effects in CS in London?
I didn't think it was modeled.
No, I doubt it is modeled.
Do you know that it's modeled on pizza-packed tubes? Because I got engagement to get the Python meeting on the A10. And my analog instruments would work. But I'm gonna move.
Request rearming. Copy.
Good evening.
Hello, Red.
Hello, Red.
It's disappointing at best, really.
That's a review that Distro got from his parents.
Yeah.
3 out
Well,
of
they
10.
raised me, it's therefore
Request rearming.
pieces
found, and I didn't realise this for a long time, I didn't think there were any Blue 4 members of the coalition which could use the flanker and the MiG-29S, but it turns out Ukraine can. So on our side, available for you to fly in, is the MiG-29S and a lovely flanker in that same digital camo as was at Riyadh.
Yep.
But another reason I put them in is because I think most of the aircraft on our side in this mission use metric. The only ones that aren't in metric are the Mirages and the A-10s. Everything else is. Yeah, and the A-10C can just change its HUD to be in metric. I did change my mission editor to be in metric, but it was far too confusing. Because I've learned all of the aircraft distances and launch ranges and things in nautical miles. And I'm happy to convert between them, but it does get quite taxing doing it in your head all the time. So I put it back to Imperial.
If you want to direct artillery with aircraft in game, you need to change it over, just because the aircraft that have the good rangefinders are all on metric. Things like the KA-50 and the Gazelle.
Yeah.
Well, the KA-50 can be set to use Imperial as well.
Oh,
Can it?
Yeah,
that include the
you can change it.
the Schwal.
Evening.
Evening,
Hello.
Piper.
Hello.
We're just sat on the runway at the moment, Piper, if you want to come in.
Yeah, okay. What's the password?
Vegan. Oh, are you streaming right now?
I am, yes. Password is in the general chat.
There's one. The wooden spoon award goes to.
Hello,
Yeah.
Piper.
Yeah, but hello, mate. How you doing, Distro?
Very good. I haven't seen you in a while, have I?
I know. Had so much stuff going on, man.
Yeah. Did you get married?
No, I'm married already.
Tactical Sheila. Don't you remember this, Joe?
No. I can't remember anything.
No.
I bought the vegan as well on the sale. I'm part of that posse.
We're all part of the Cool Kids Club.
You mean this club that is everyone?
Pretty much everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone except Joker, who doesn't think that the vegan is any good, because he bought it full price and didn't bother to learn it. I just don't think it's very good, like.
Probably can't get many kills in it.
No.
It's fucking awesome aeroplane.
It is.
It's my current favourite. I haven't flown anything else for the few times that I've flown. It's the only thing that I've got in the cockpit. It's awesome, as the Americans would say. Awesome.
Would they say it just like that?
The only one I can remember the key bindings for.
All lowercase.
Capital V.
Capital V. For vegan. Right, is there any vegan slots though?
Yeah,
I'm
6 more.
Cool.
Distro's taking all retarded bombs.
Yes.
I'm taking.
Need to give those a chance as well.
Yeah, equal opportunities.
Yes.
And
We're very progressive
It
here.
was because they're retarded.
developmentally challenged, high explosive, free falling units.
You need to like give them a bit more speed and get them a bit closer to
What are we hitting?
So we're flying low and fast. There's a small forward operating base by a lake. There's a transport convoy there. There's a park there, a couple of buildings and things. Only light AAA defending it. We're going to hit it with whatever you want, really. Distro's taking bombs. I'll take rockets. We're going to fly in low in formation, and I'll pop up.
Yeah.
We'll come in for his bombs, and then a split second later, I'll come in for a diving rocket attack. What have I got on board?
Nothing at the moment.
Nothing at the moment.
Okay. Are waypoints put in?
Yes.
They are, and the target's
Waypoint for the target is number 4.
Okay.
Wait, I thought it was 5.
IP is 4 and target is
IP
5.
Yeah, target.
Okay, that's going to change because I've put a pop-up in for my IP. How did you change it back to a nav point? Was it
That's
0?
0.
So is this a kind of one-person GTFO kind of mission?
But that's really basically what the beacon is.
Well, yeah, that's what the vegan will have to do. But if you're in something that can loiter, then you feel free because there's only unguided AAA there. Shouldn't cause you much issue if you're in an A10.
What sort of ground units are there?
There's trucks, there's buildings, there's comms antennas, there's just a mix. Nothing too deadly if you're fast.
Okay,
Right,
well,
Tilly,
I might just, for a laugh, put some BK90s in there and see what happens.
Did you get them to work?
Not that accurately. I've only had one go at them, and they didn't seem to go in on the waypoint very accurately. I also updated the waypoint, so I knew the waypoint was accurate, but it didn't seem to disperse accurately.
I've heard that they
Did
don't
they
work in multiplayer still.
Oh, they don't work. Not that might be it.
Oh.
I can't
Oh, really?
remember.
So maybe I shouldn't take them.
I cannot get mine to work on open complex.
Maybe I'll take rockets. Dirty.
They just fly by, but they don't even drop anything.
Rockets and bombs are always a safe bet.
Tilly, you were taking a rocket so you can take out all the stuff that I skipped, right?
Yes.
Right. So I'm thinking making a actually from waypoint 4 I should be directly able to do that. Just going for that middle line from west to east, because that contains a lot of radars as well.
Yep.
Or are those fuel trucks?
Fuel truck.
Those are the resources. Yes, that's what we're going for. The resources.
I've set my pop-up point to be that town, which is a few miles to the west of the fob. So once we hit the town, I'll pop up and slow down a little bit. You continue in at full chat, do your bombing, and then I'll dive back in and hit whatever you missed with my rockets.
Do you know if the Daredevil was a maximum speed for bombs?
We tested it yesterday with Malloy. He says that you can bomb supersonic with retarded bombs. No issue. But I don't believe that. So I keep it below supersonic.
It's about 6 to Mark 6 to Mark 9, I think, isn't it? Bombs, I say.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Once you get to transonic, strange airflow happens when you get bomb releases. It can push the bombs back up into your aircraft and blow you up.
Yeah, I've noticed the trim change when you go in transonic. It sort of tucks under, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
It's
have thought
because
retarded
the,
bombs take damage too.
It's because the center of effort of the lift moves, of your wings moves back. And you're transonic.
Do you think it's worth me taking the jamming and countermeasures pod, or should I put more rockets on?
I am not sure. Well, we're not going through any SAM. sites.
We are. We're going very near a lot of SAM sites.
Yeah.
Are we really?
not
It's
really
low
through
fast.
Low and fast. Over to the left, there's an SA-10 site, and that has a very long range.
Right.
Long spotting range. Firing range of 30 miles, spotting range and locking you up range is 85 miles. At Minvrodi, there's an SA-6 battery and I think some TORs as well. So if you get within 20 odd miles of that, you're going to get shot at. And if you go near Nalchek, there's some SAMs there which will also try and engage you.
Interesting.
You see, at this point, but that's just a personal thing. I prefer if like the players were not visible on the map.
Players,
Yeah, just to not be able to cheat with navigation.
you can turn that off client side, you know.
Yeah,
Most of the enemy aircraft won't show up on F10.
Rearming complete.
I don't see any, so I'm gonna go. Yeah.
But I can tell you there's a 4-ship of MiG-21s and an AWACS out there, as well as a friendly AWACS
Oh,
and
that's a point.
2 F-18s.
Channel 1 for AWACS, is it?
Um,
Radio? On the radio?
I don't know. I just used the hashtag thing on my keyboard.
Let's have a look. See if it
I just use the manual.
Oh, what have I got? Nav system light up.
Just give them a moment. Is your email?
No, I'm right behind you. I'm right there.
So yes.
I'm right there. Take direction is for some reason. All right, maybe it'll sort out. Once I lift off, it'll compare which direction we're going in. Okay, let's give it a go.
Shall we? Everyone is here.
Yep.
All
Yeah.
right.
Present.
Brakes in. Pulling to 50. Brakes loose in 3, 2, 1, go. I'm off burner and banking left. 3.1.
Careful, Wiggins.
Who's leading the vegans?
I don't
Oh,
know.
are we two separate groups? Or are we going as one group? Sorry, I was catching them up.
I think it's best that the Mirage take some altitude and we stay very, very, very
No, if we all go in low and fast, and then they can pop up once we get nearer, we can maintain our stealthy profile.
Yeah, I prefer to stay stealthy in the Mirages since there are so many SAMs about.
My DCS just crashed.
Oh no!
Oh god.
Well, if we don't fly that fast, you can catch up, right? Or is it too much work to punch everything in?
I can do it if DCS loads quickly.
I'm
Well,
at.
that we hold. Do we hold above the airfield for a minute? Let Tilly get back in.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's turn left and hold, maybe.
I'm just gonna go and put
Turn
it
it.
in a holding pattern.
Turning left.
It's easy to do in the Vigan and the Mirage. You just put the autopilot on with a bank, and then it'll hold you.
Yeah, it can be very lazy. Well, you can put it in autopilot with the auto throttle on and go and get yourself a drink.
Yeah.
A beer. You can open the bar. I'm surprised it hasn't got a bar slot in it.
It has a jacuzzi actually. Or what's it? Sauna, that's it.
So, man.
I wonder what that burning wood chipping smell was.
Yeah, this jet can actually fly on wood gas.
Most jet engines, they're coal gas, isn't it? The Russians flying jets on coal gas, coal dust.
You can't fly a jet on dust.
I'm sure you can. I've seen what comes out the back of that MiG-29.
I think they got a jet running on coal dust.
Are you sure it's dust? Because I find it very hard to believe they inject dust into a...
Well, you know, I'm probably wrong, but I'm going to have to Google that at some point.
I know that you can run a car off of wood gas.
One amazing thing about this Vigan as well is the fuel efficiency in it.
Yeah, even when you're in stage 1 and 2 burner, it lasts for a long time.
So it's got such a high bypass on the engine, isn't it?
Stage 3 still drinks fuel like you'd expect an afterburner.
Yeah, but you can reach Mach 1.4 really quickly on the deck.
I mean, yeah, what did you get to? 830 knots running away from a pair of fighters.
Yes.
Distro got to.
Mach
On the deck.
1.4 on the deck.
Yes.
Do you know what I really enjoyed? The first time I took it on multiplayer, I went on, the MiG-21 F5 server and shot down, managed to shoot down, probably a little bit of luck as well, 3 MiG-21s. But the great thing was being behind the MiG-21. Now, they're used to being able to outrun anything. But they couldn't outrun me in the Vic. It was fucking fantastic. It was like, oh, you're trying to outrun me, are you?
Well,
now you're trying to outclimb me. Oh, that's not going to work either.
Imagine what the fighter variant of this was like, with a more powerful engine and more optimized for high angles of attack and higher altitude as well.
Yeah, this thing flies terrible at Angels 30.
Oh, I did the usual thing. You know, when you first get it, I think, oh, well, let's see how high it goes, how fast I can get up there. And then I got up to 50,000 feet, and then I had a flame out, and it's like, oh, right, how do I restart the engine?
I had exactly the same thing. And Distro was watching me going, oh, you idiot.
And then it was, then it crashed into the ground. I couldn't get it going again.
Well, we'll have to keep that in mind once we fly the F-14, since it will flame out above 30,000 feet.
What,
The F-14A.
The A is going to be great.
With the F-30s.
Yeah, it will flame out.
It will flame out above 30,000 feet, and it will flame out if you are too enthusiastic with the throttle lever.
Yeah.
That's how Goose killed Maverick, isn't it?
That's because,
The other way around, but yes.
But yes, it is the other way around.
Well, in holding pattern with my lights on. Let's put the auto throttle on because I can.
Okay, rearmed. I've put in my waypoint. Lights as desired. Okay, taxiing to runway. Glad I put the Vigans on hot start now.
Who's leading?
You can, Distro.
To be honest, in the Vig, the difference between hot start and not hot start is practically
A couple of seconds.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to start, isn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't take too much to start.
But does it need to align for ages?
Yeah, I'm sure you're loving this distro, isn't it? This is right up your alley, isn't it? This
All of the special codes that you have to remember.
Yeah, it is really... You know how I sometimes say that things satisfy my autism? Well, this is one of them.
What about a naked lady dancing on your face? Would that satisfy your autism as well?
No, that would just satisfy the rest.
Okay.
Also, I'd be very curious how she can dance on my face. I hope she's wearing any heels.
Shay Distro, wasn't it?
Shay Distro. Famous whorehouse of Amsterdam. Okay, I'm up. Where are you guys?
Right, I'm
Only
literally...
Tilly's mum.
have you got your lights on?
No.
I
Put
can't
them on
see
now.
you.
I'm just orbiting right in front of that valley that I suppose we're going to enter.
Well, why don't you continue on mission, and I'll just fly the waypoints. We'll meet up eventually. We'll run into each other.
I'm probably behind you on the...
Oh, okay,
I'm just passing over the airfield now, so...
I'm going to continue the mission.
Oh yeah,
Put
I
on
think
my
I've got
lights.
it.
Yeah,
And I'll just
let's continue to waypoint 1.
go a tad slowly.
Yeah, I'm off burner, so you guys should catch up.
I'm going to turn my lights on so you can see those.
Yeah, I've still got a nav system, error light, for some reason.
Did you
And my... Have we got... are the waypoints... Can I do a nav update on the waypoint?
Yeah, it's all as it should be.
I just need to know what the reference is, I suppose.
The trigger button.
No, the reference as in relation to the ground, what I'm actually updating to, as in a road, a whatever.
Most of them are over rivers, except for the first one.
Okay. The only thing I don't like about the Vigan is there's no onboard flares or chaff. You have to take pods.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I find a little bit annoying.
I've taken 2 countermeasures pods. I did have a jammer, but I don't think it does anything. I'd rather have the extra flare and chaff capacity. I've just entered the valley now.
Right.
Yeah, I'm about to enter the valley as well.
I'm only going about 600 kilometers an hour.
If you want a flare, I've got a couple of them in my pods, so I can give you 1 or 2.
Who, me?
Well, anybody. I've got a vegan in front of me. I'll slot in on you, whoever you are.
I'm gonna wiggle my jet.
Might be
and see
me.
if-
It might be me. I'm waggling my wings. Is that me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you're slow.
Turning right.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm gonna.
I'm at the end of the valley, turning right.
I'm gonna speed up now. I'm doing 650.
Yeah,
I'm doing about 580.
we're me and Risky are doing a 385.
Is that in knots?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going all metric on your ass now.
So I take it that you guys haven't found me yet?
If I have, I've flown past you.
Well, there's a vegan right in front of me.
I can't look at the map because of my altitude.
I'm just flying up this valley.
This is proper vegan flying. Down low. In the valley.
Oh, who's that? Oh yes, I've got a vegan. It looks like it's
Is that vegan?
Tilly. It looks like it's Tilly.
I'm a silver vegan.
Yes. You're following Distro. I'm
Oh, you are
just behind
following
you
me.
guys. Yeah, he is. Yeah. Awesome.
Coming up on second nav point.
Maybe we should speed up.
Do
a
we
little
turn
bit.
right?
You
Yeah.
go wherever distro. You can do it as long as you call it.
But here's the thing, right? Because there are not that many waypoints, I don't know which valley to take if it's right in front of the
That's all well and good, but you are leading the formation, and if you say, "Do we turn right and then do a hard left pull before you hit a mountain," and I'm following you, it would be nice to know that you
Can
are
we
actually
speed up?
right
Can we
there.
speed up a bit? boys?
Sorry.
It's 400. Thank you.
speeding up.
Thank you very much.
You're in first stage, distro.
Yes.
Yeah, breaking.
Swedish meatball.
Now, once we get to the target, we'll have to unpack it because it will come flat packed, and then assemble it as quickly as possible to attack the enemy. Distro, we are not going anywhere near towards our waypoint. You need to make a left-hand turn.
Right, so over this mountain then, eh?
Yeah.
Right. Turning left, stage 3. Over the mountain.
You've got to keep us flying faster. I'm about to stall going over this mountain, Distro. Even with stage 3.
Oh, really? How heavy are you?
Quite heavy. These rockets weigh a ton. Probably a literal metric ton.
That's not good.
Oh, the rudder. Fuck.
Bring
Doesn't
above
like
here.
rudder, does it?
Over this mountain.
You need, yeah, it's quite sensitive, the rudder. You need to, I've put quite an arc in it, curvature in it.
Staying fairly high because we're crossing mountains here.
Yeah.
Dropping bags.
Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea. Don't need that now.
I don't know where you are, Distro. I think I overtook you.
Well, there is one vegan who went straight ahead when we all turned right.
Look at your. Yeah, you're going ahead, Tilly. Slow down. Yeah, just come back. Head on down that valley.
I'm on your 9 low.
Now go to your. Now look at up ahead, up above you. You probably see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going back into the valley.
So Ralphie Dude's review of the Vigans probably one of the best things he's done, I think. Does a very good review of this. Oh, no, who's got their undercarriage down? You got your undercarriage down?
Yeah,
No.
that's a problem. No, that's me. The problem is, I actually got the letter G bound on my mouse, so whenever I use it, I occasionally accidentally press it. And because it's very quiet, I don't hear it going down.
I just thought you showed me your legs.
Sexy legs.
Sexy legs.
That's Distro's new call sign.
Legs.
I'm following this lead vegan who's down in the dirt by the river.
Well, I haven't led something in a year, so I'm...
Yeah, I know. Remember, call out throttle settings and call out big manoeuvres that you're making. So we're not mind readers.
Right, I'm running at 95% RPM, so...
The thing you have to get used to in this is you got no airspeed indication in the HUD, so it's a little bit more tricky.
It's like flying an F5 where you have to keep glancing off to the left to get your attitude and speed and altitude.
Actually, I'm very surprised because it is a low-level jet. But I know the HUD was right at its infancy, but they didn't put airspeed in it, reading in it.
Does the F-14's HUD have airspeed
Yes.
on it?
Yes.
The thing with the HUD in the F-14 is though that it updates rather slowly.
Yeah, the refresh rate.
Yeah, the refresh rate is pretty low.
I suppose they're comparable age, aren't they, Vigan and F-14?
Yeah,
aren't they?
70s, mid-70s, I guess. So when was the Vigan's first flight?
Left?
69 or something like that.
Yeah.
Left turn?
The reason I think of 80s for F-14s is probably because of Top Gun.
Yeah.
Well, the F-14B
Definitely.
came into service in 1986.
Yeah,
It's that
quite
late? Wow.
Yeah.
Quite late. Yeah.
They've
after
used the TF-30 engine on the F-14As for about 14 years.
That's a long time to suffer with a terrible engine.
Yeah.
It's no wonder it got a bad reputation. Decade and a half almost of engines breaking, killing pilots.
Including
And Rios.
Goose. Yeah.
Right, we're currently on waypoint 4. We're moving up to waypoint 4.
Yeah,
So get your weapons ready.
yeah.
Oh shit.
You'll have time once we are on the run-in. But I think it just needs to be an attack mode.
Yeah. Let's just put this attack.
Turning right. Right, here.
What mode do I want to be in for rockets?
Attack.
Okay, because when I do that, my radar screen goes off.
Then keep your nav system in nav. It will also
Yeah,
work
it was in nav.
Has it got to be in nav? I thought A and F, is it?
There's different modes, but whenever I put it in nav and attack, my radar goes off, so I don't want to do that yet.
Oh, I've put mine. Oh, I've got it up ahead. It's that group, the targets there. Oh no, I've got a different waypoint, have I? No, B4. That's not right. Okay.
I didn't even have my radar on.
Never mind, Distro. My trigger safety was up. That's why my radar went off.
These people are not gonna be happy here.
Should have a pod with Swedish meatballs in it.
I'll dispense some for them. There we go. What's the status on the Mirages?
We are
We're
behind
still
you.
flying.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're flying in behind you.
Have you picked anything up on RWR?
No, we're too low.
Yeah, I'm
Just
picking
the
up a
50.
mainstay.
Yes, mainstay, yeah.
I haven't flicked over to target yet. Is it? It's the next waypoint, is it?
Yeah, next waypoint. Are you carrying rockets?
Yeah.
Okay, you stick with me. I'll try and make my pop-up attack smooth, and then we'll roll into the target together.
Okay.
Bombs can be used on nav, right?
Yeah.
Lag.
Okay.
Oh, I'm checking QRF shit.
Crap. Yeah, it's on the kneeboard.
Hold on. QRF is. Come on.
9547.
9547.
Turning right to waypoint 5.
I'm doing mine in autopilot. I'm sorting out my QFE.
I'd suggest that you break out and get your thing in order.
I'm trying to adjust it and follow Tilly at the moment.
I'm just in autopilot with the right hand trim thing, so I'm heads down. What was it again?
It's quite a difference.
I picked up a contact at 40 nautical miles.
Copy that.
Bloody
On
hell.
the deck.
Now I can't get my cursor back.
Yeah, I see him too.
Piper, I'm dropping down to the deck.
Alright.
I
Ah.
just made a mistake.
Risky, I'm going to move in to
Yes.
investigate.
Okay,
Distro.
copy.
Did you fucking crash like a prick?
I was too low to the ground and watching my QFE. I was just watching it on the window.
Right. So pilot error. Pilot was a retard.
Yes.
Maybe
Pilot
put the
could not move his
autopilot
leg.
on.
Right, I've lost you, Tilly. Can you do one flare for me?
Yep, flares out.
Tally.
Yep. Okay. Want to be flying 090. We are 80 kilometers away.
Okay, still on B4 at the moment.
Mine's just swapped to U5.
I've got a very interesting black cross in my HUD for some reason.
That's check your trigger thing is not on your TV trigger because you.
Oh, right. Okay.
What have you got that mapped to?
I've got it to a button. I've got 3 buttons basically mapped to TO, T1 and TV.
I use my boat switch. Keep it in the rear position most of the time. Then when you want it to be T1, you put it to the middle position. When you want to lock, put it to the forward position. Then move it back to the original.
I mean, I must admit, I mapped my boat switch to the radar because
I've got that on my flaps instead. My flap switch.
Because I use my radar, my boat switch to the radar on all my other airplanes because it's so quick to get to.
Yeah.
It's just what I'm used to.
Go into stage 1.
Roger. Okay, I'm coming up on your left side now.
Yeah. So.
Nothing still on NCTR.
Might be civilian.
Looking at the airspeed, might be yes.
Well, I've got the waypoint is shown as behind me. Mine hasn't flicked over to the next one.
Click on B5 manually, or continue to follow me, and you can just do the rockets visually.
Okay, I've got it. It's flicked up. Don't know why. I didn't flick up.
55 kilometers to target.
Roger.
I'm heads down, playing with my radar, trying to get a good picture. When I start my pop-up, I will start continuously dispensing countermeasures, just in case.
Roger. You've got your pretty lights on.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just over your left shoulder now.
Hey, Flint. I see a third thing behind us. Is that a mirage?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, we just passed the 40-kilometer mark. It's winding down now.
This looks like a transport.
Copy that. Take it out if you want to. We're here to deny the enemy transportation.
Copy. Moving in with guns.
Do you need me to cover?
Yeah, feel free to.
I'm
Just,
holding max 0.9.
Watch my 6.
Okay, moving in.
25k.
Damn.
Still can't pick that lake up on radar. To these hills. We're popping up at 15k, so we've got 5
Yeah,
kilometers
target
to
is
go.
down.
Good kill.
I've got nails 25.
Yeah, 25s.
No joy. I only have the mainstay.
We're with the strike package at the moment.
Okay, popping up Piper. Stage 3.
Roger. You're rolling him right?
It will be directly in front of us.
Okay.
Rolling inverted. Pulling back down. It's that lake right in front of us. Do you see?
Roger.
Trigger arms set. Oh, I'll do it a bit closer. Okay, check your switches, check all the modes.
Which one are you going for?
I'm going for the vehicle convoy. Trigger's unsafe.
Okay, I'll go for the far left-hand side.
Copy. Preparing to release.
Roger.
Releasing. Breaking off.
Fire.
Yep, nails 25. Confirm. Do any of the Mirages have an altitude on the 25s?
Negative.
We've got bogey dough.
I'll call AWACS.
Just doing that. Getting any response?
No. I'm heading towards the landing waypoint now.
Request picture.
I'm going to head up to Angels 10.
Okay, L1.
Copy.
Yeah. L1. I'm low on the deck, off burner. I'm parallel to you, off to your 10 o'clock. I'll try and move into your position.
Okay, I'm just trying to bring my nav system back up.
I have 2 bogies, 40 miles, Angels 16 and a half.
Okay. Any direction?
In field 1-3. Request
070, 31 miles.
Copy.
Hot and fast. I'm moving in on lead.
I do have a contact to my right. There's no IFF.
Did you guys
30
autopilot
miles.
disable randomly sometimes?
Yeah, when you go transonic, it turns off.
That may have been the thing that killed me.
Turning cold. I have another contact at 40 miles. very slow. Angels 25, 33 miles.
Possibly the AWACS.
A slow mover. Yeah, possibly. Negative on AWACS because the AWACS is on my 9 o'clock.
Copy.
I fucking know. Rockets overshot the target. I need to redo the tutorial on that. I think.
It's just QFE getting it wrong, maybe, or radar ranging or something like that.
Yeah, something I've done wrong.
Mine went a little bit long as well. But I still hit something.
Reagan?
Negative.
Negative.
I've got unknown contact low. It appears to be approaching the FARP.
No friendlies approaching the FARP.
It looks fairly big. I'm just on the
Appear
edge of
to
visual.
have a F5 on my arse.
Where?
On my arse.
Copy. Break right, Distro, I'll come and help.
Copy. Well, not that he can catch me, but still.
Yeah, but still break right.
We'll help you out with turning towards you.
Okay, I have 2 bandits. 155, Angels 16. Range 15 miles.
You want to go bearing 90, Distro.
I've got a Russian prop aircraft. Twin prop. Is that civil or military transport?
Military transport, most likely. The F5 still chasing you, Distro.
I don't know, I can't see him.
I have lost the other contacts.
I'm going to turn back in towards the airfield.
I only have Risky on radar.
Getting locked by a radar. Tally something. I don't think that's you, Piper.
Oh, I have it again.
No. No. It's not.
I think I'm about to merge with an F5.
I've got no heaters on.
Guns kill on transport.
Enfield 1-1, Overlord, Bra 325, 460 at 27,000 hot.
Red Kite, you're closest to the strike package. Do you mind getting to those F5s and we continue the
Yeah,
you have to investigate the bogies in front of us?
I'm being locked.
Enfield 1-1, Overlord,
Piper, are you outbound?
I am, mate. I've got no weapons.
Copy, then I've merged with an F5.
Enfield 1-1, Overlord,
2 contacts within 4 miles. 190.
Yep.
Angels 18.
I see the 3 of you.
We're in a turning fight with this F5.
Overlord, Bra 138, 410 at 17.
I'm going to take these out.
Copy. Are you taking the one closest to you?
Overlord, Bra
Yes.
Okay, I'll take the other one.
at 8,000.
You did. You could bomb in nav, right?
Yeah.
Fox 1.
Sorry.
1-1, Overlord, Bra 327,
Fox 2.
460 at 27,000 flanking.
Splash F5. I'm running home.
Enfield
Fox 1.
1-1. Enfield 1-1, Overlord.
Okay, they're going for the deck.
15143 at 17,000 flanking.
Pulling away from me, he's got burners.
Enfield
Splash.
1-1, Overlord, Bra 142.
Ah, okay. That's the one I was chasing. Never mind.
17,000 flanking.
Oh, I fired on the one.
Enfield 1-1,
Wait.
Overlord,
That's okay.
No. My target escaped. I think no, it didn't.
Artillery's outbound, Winchester and almost Bingo. Just got one sidewinder for self-defense, so I'm no use to anyone.
Splash one.
Good splash.
I'm now out. Winchester.
Do you feel like RTB and risking every army?
Yeah, sure.
Then-
Unless I can tally the other. Yeah, I've got no other contacts on RTB.
Copy. I still have 3 missiles left. How are you, Red Kite, on missiles?
I have 2 magics remaining. And about 50% gun.
What's everybody's fuel state?
60%.
Fuel state 1.
I'm at 60% as well.
I'm coming up to Bingo.
Hyper 30%.
Same.
Yeah, I'd best RTB.
Piper, I'm 50k out from the airfield. I don't know if your nav system's working or not. But
Yep. It seems to be working. We are not far out now. I'm 40 kicks.
20 kilometers out.
I don't know if I got many of the trucks, Distro, so if you run in along that convoy, you should get good effect with your bombs.
I didn't pull the skin off a rice pudding.
I put a lot of bombs on the convoy as well. I think they're mostly gone.
Okay.
Oh, we're about to find out, aren't we?
So what do we think is a better multi-role aircraft, the Viggen or the Mirage?
Well, the Viggen can't do air-to-air.
Sure it can. I just shot down an F5.
It's an F5. A MiG-21 can catch an F5 if you're
Well,
good, which I'm not.
To be fair, the Mirage is actually a fighter.
Yeah,
Bit- with-
Viggen is not.
With a bit of the ability to drop ordnance, which isn't that great.
I'm actually
Well,
quite
it's
good
a
on the 82 Snake Eyes.
Whereas the Viggen's more ground attack with a tiny bit of self-defense thrown in. So it's a bit hard to compare.
I guess that's like saying the A-10s shoot down fighters, but I wouldn't really want to take one into a dogfight against an F5 or a MiG-21.
I don't know. I don't mind an F5 or a MiG-21. I don't mind a MiG-21. A MiG-21's quite comparable, really, because you've got the speed. But only if it's got heat. If it's heaters only, then I think it's.
That's probably fair. Yeah, it's the old manoeuvrability versus speed. You can always run away, but they could outturn you if you're stupid enough to get into a turn fight, or if you're forced to get into a turn fight.
Are we allowed to take out the enemy AWACS, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go after it. It's 46 miles away.
There's still the aircraft carrier moving closer to our base,
Oh, is there? Oh, brilliant.
if anybody
Nice.
noticed that.
Oh, really? Oh, great.
Have we got to take that out as well?
Well, it's not necessary. Not necessary.
But it's
If
one of
it's-
those fun to
it's
do
good
things.
fun.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't love taking out an aircraft carrier in the evening? Personally, I do it every morning for sport. And Piper, have you used the RB-15 anti-ship missiles, or just the
Bombs
RB-04s?
away.
I've just used the RB-04. I started looking into the RB-15 and I still yet to use one. So
Do you want me to show you the quick release mode for it?
yeah,
Because you find your target on the radar, type in a code, lock it using your T1, T2 trigger, and then as soon as you're within 70 kilometers of it, you launch and then fly away, and that's it.
I think you can do it a little bit easier than that. think you don't even have to put the code in. I think you can just flick the switch to standard and it will take the standard settings.
Probably, yes. But what the... Go ahead, Distro.
I killed one thing.
Well done. That's one better than your first attempt, isn't it?
Well, to be fair, I just was zoomed in all the way and couldn't find what the thing I was actually going for. Could see buildings but nothing else. And I thought smoke. Oh right, there's the vehicles. So I basically was not straight in.
The codes that you type in, Piper, it's not one of those like 92100X things. It's because you know there's a bunch of waypoints you have to give the RB15 normally for it to work properly.
Yeah, you've got to give it a descent point and then a turn point, and then you've got the target point and then the one where it will self-destruct, haven't you?
Yeah.
But I think you can drop it in, basically aim it and drop it, can't you? And there's got the target point on the radar.
That's the one. So you type BX8. BX8 is the target. You just press BX and then 8 on the keyboard, and whatever you lock with your TV trigger, that's where it will head towards as its target, and it will go active when it gets close and it will hit whatever. So I don't know if you can do it easier than that, but it's still fairly simple.
That sounds pretty easy.
We did it in open conflict. Malloy, myself, and Joker as an escort in another big one, and Malloy took out the Moskva cruiser. Pretty impressive. Mine hit another one but didn't do any damage, so I think their point defense got it. Okay, I see the runway now.
Yeah, I'm just moving off it.
It's so hard to slow the Vigan down.
You do a couple turns.
You know, I know. I don't want to.
It is drag. It is, if you just do a couple of sharp turns, it soon comes loses energy.
Classic Delta. These air brakes are crap though.
Time for you to practice some ILS landing.
I'll park on a solid runway. Actually, it's probably not a good idea. We've got quite a few people coming back. Go off that runway.
Cheers for that.
Almost on. Hopefully this won't be too rough. I have a habit of breaking my wheels off when I land the big one because I treat it a bit rough.
Do you know what? I've done really well at landing the Vigan. The one that I've had problems landing is a Mirage because I think I come in too high an angle of attack. I've never really looked up what angle of attack I should be at.
14 degrees.
Mode.
Yeah, I end up ballooning. So I land and then it balloons off the deck and then I end up breaking the nose wheel.
Do you use approach mode?
No. Well, yeah, no, I don't.
Well,
I should use
you
approach
that.
mode, yeah.
Because I can't land without it either.
I should really know what
That was a really short landing.
The great thing is you can roll to the end of the airfield and then engage the reverse thrust and then come to a stop and then turn off. It's brilliant.
By the way, Tilly, did you hear my comments about the wingtip MRAMs?
About the hydraulics not being strong enough to support them, the wing mechanism.
Yes.
Yeah. Was that during load, or is that just during normal flight regimes?
Apparently both.
Okay, so I need to load up with RB15s, correct?
Yes.
Now, which ones? You've got A for AI. I'll take it that's for the AI one, and we want the one without AI. Take it.
I've just hit fuel state decimal 5.
Hey!
But I've managed the airfield, so no worries.
Let's take some air to airs just in case. 2. Let that be on, and I'll be back in a minute.
The AVAX survived my 530. So I'm moving in with guns now.
They're tough old birds.
Yeah, they are.
Did you see the IL-76 at Riyadh, the Ukrainian one?
Yes.
I thought it was quite impressive how the Russians have a single airframe for all these different uses. They have a single airframe for AWACS and refueling, and they even had a rear gunner slot in all of them. And if you're in the refueling version, the rear gunner just becomes the boom operator or the refueling person. But it's classic Russians making one thing and then using it for every application to save money, I guess. I just like their design philosophy for those things.
That's what the Hornet does now for the Americans.
Yeah. And thinking about it,
Hornet's a
actually,
tanker too.
the E3 is just the KC-135 is the same plane, isn't it?
Yeah. And the 707.
Yeah.
They just mounted more modern engines on it.
Yeah. But they don't use it for transport as well.
Right.
The Russian IL-76s are quite common here in Belgium because they use Ostend Airport.
Just the transport version.
Yeah, the transport version. Finally, it's going down.
Still finding like there's no way to center the radar.
It's waypoint 6 are the landing.
AFAN.
Copy.
And Piper, what I'm going to do now is go into Ref Lola and reset this as our home base just to get the errors in the nav system out.
Okay. Right. Tell me how to do that.
So if you go to Ref Lola,
Yep.
in,
Yep.
and then type the code 9099
Oh,
and then
okay.
LS, like you do on startup.
Okay. Cool.
Just gets rid of any errors that we've built up.
Well, shouldn't it autocorrect for its own errors?
I've still got a nav system light up. Would you believe?
I've had that sometimes. I don't know how to get rid of it.
I was wondering. Yeah. But I've got. Let's have a look. Waypoint is it? Not what it should be either. That's interesting. B1. Let's try that. Oh. It's I need to write down all these numbers because I can never remember all of them.
Yeah.
Have them on a quick reference. The thing is, I suppose if you fly enough, you'll just remember them. Yeah. And there's not too many of them, but there is. I think for the RB-15, there's quite a lot of them, isn't there?
There's a lot of different convoy modes and search patterns and things. I don't know those ones. I know the startup one, which tells the computer that this is your home base, and I know the one that disables rocket drift aiming, which is
9200 or something, is it?
221. Oh, what for the one I told you?
Yeah.
9099, and then enter.
No. For the non-moving target.
221.
Oh, it's 221. Okay.
Done intact, and then you press it for LS rather than your waypoint.
Quite amazingly advanced, really, for the time, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what else was around really that at that time. It'd be interesting to compare it to the F-14.
Both done by Leatherneck.
Yeah.
Not Leatherneck. They're not Leatherneck anymore, are they?
No,
No.
Eat Blur.
That's it.
Have you got the Vegan Raven? You
I
must
do.
have.
Yeah, I do.
What do you think? You probably had it since it was released, have you?
Yeah, I've had it for a few months now. I've done a few free flights in it, but that's pretty much it.
Okay.
I sat in it for the first time today and started out.
Cool. I think it's probably the best cockpit that's in DCS.
I love that big round compass, and I like how easy it is to get references off it, because if you're looking at the radar, you can get a bearing just by looking at the radar, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
Reminds me of an old Mini Cooper.
Oh, right, okay, and I've managed to get rid of the error now.
Raven, do you want me to come back on station, or do you want me to wait until you come back?
Might as well stay close to the strikers.
Copy.
You've not picked up any of the transport helicopters yet?
Spoilers!
Moving back in to reinforce the target, probably. Distro, do you want us to wait for you?
No.
Okay.
I'm
Right,
still
Piper.
95 miles out.
I'll escort them back out.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, we don't need to get too close to launch.
What are we going to do? Launch? Should we launch all of them at once?
Yeah. I'm just resetting my QFE.
Oh yeah, good idea.
We'll be at sea level, so just zero it. Do it to the runway.
Well, the runway won't be sea level, will it?
It's close enough. But we don't want it to be 2,000 meters out or 2,000 feet out. But I think we're next to the seaside. If we're 10 meters out, it won't make a difference.
QFA, right.
So we don't need to canyon run anymore, do we?
No. Not for if we're going for Kutuzov.
Kuznetsov.
Yeah,
Fucking.
keep getting.
Damn it.
There's a premium ship in World of Warships called the Kutuzov. This thing turns so slowly.
I know, it takes a while, doesn't it? There must be a quicker way of doing that.
It's like watching the countdown clock, but in super slow motion.
I have a question for you all. Did you notice that the altimeter stops working at 29,890 feet?
No.
Can you get higher than that?
In the vegan.
Well, in anything. If you have a moment, just jump into something and then, or in the vegan, for example, yeah, and try to get over 30,000 feet. Well, you can obviously, but the altimeter stops working.
Oh, it's a bug, is it?
Are you talking about the analog?
The
It was fine for me.
Yeah, I was fine. I went up to 60,000 feet in the vegan yesterday, and I didn't have any problems. I've been up to 70 in the Mirage recently, and that.
I thought I could only do 45,000, I think, in Mirage.
Yeah, 50 if you push it.
I was ballistic at 70,000, but still counts.
Yeah, the analog stops working at 29,890, and the HUD doesn't update either. Does the have the same problem in a Mirage?
If that's a 1.5.7 thing, then they've really messed this patch up.
I might try it in a bit.
There hasn't been an update for a while, though, is there?
No, the 1.5.7 one really killed everything. It's ruined all the mobs. My frame rate is now half what it used to be. You can land if you're short, Distro.
He's in a vegan. You can do short. Very short.
This is the bit where we hear Distro's trademark. Oh, oh boy. Oh, oh, oh. As he sails on between us. On
I
fire.
thought Distro's trademark was, oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Actually, that's more like it.
We'll be flying over our heads in a sec.
I'm watching you, Distro. Oh, you're coming in from the sea.
Yes, the navigation system didn't have the runway heading in properly.
On my screen, your reverse thrust doors have already closed.
Okay.
Well,
Which
yes,
means
yes, I can see it too.
in real life,
Oh, he's going to hit us. He's going to hit us.
That was
No,
Jimmy
it's
Carr.
You shut your air brakes. No.
And his wheels have just gone up.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna have to remap that. You're gonna have to remap that, Distro. That's gonna.
I was
It's
not.
going to sink.
Come on, Distro, clear the runway.
I'm just gonna respawn. Can't be asked to. Yeah.
Right. Ready?
Yep, I'll follow you guys.
Stage 3.
Cheat.
We're going to do my favourite manoeuvre for takeoffs. Cheers. Flying nice and low. Till the gear's gone up.
Watch the trees.
Oh, wow.
Now, I did compressor stall my engine briefly, but it's fine.
I'm almost in a stall now.
I'm heading back over to the seat. Ooh.
Oh, that was close.
Don't worry,
Oh,
that's
it looked close, but probably wasn't.
Bags of room. You can get a bus through there.
You get a fag paper there.
It really did not use the autothrust on land.
Well, it makes it easy peasy.
No, it doesn't, because it is a bit low. So if you pitch up a bit, it doesn't correct for that, or not fast enough.
Okay, by holding stage 1,
Roger.
putting it into a long scan. You've got to find this.
Oh, right, yeah. Find one great big fat.
Yeah, Kuznetsov. That's it. I'm going to climb as well. The radar works best at about 500 meters.
Where are we expecting it to be? Whereabouts? Up the coast?
Up the coast, northwest-ish.
Okay. Let's open up the search.
I see it.
Yeah. Roger.
Plain as day.
Yeah.
About 100 clicks away, 90 clicks maybe. Okay, so you go check that you're in attack and nav.
Okay, so tack, check. Nav mode, check.
Press BX on your navigation selector thing,
Check.
and then press 8 on the keypad.
Do I need to be in tack for this?
Nope.
Right. BX and then 8.
T trigger to T1.
Yep.
That should make a crosshair come up on your radar screen.
shit, no, it hasn't. Hold on. Let's try B8.
BX, not B8, BX.
I've tried BX, but I need to press 8 on the pad.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me put it in hold or I'll crash into the sea. BX. 8. Roger.
Coming off burner, by the way. Okay, and then put your T trigger to the T1 position. It should have a little cross that comes up on your radar screen. If you've not
I've got it, yeah, I've got it, yeah.
slew that over to the black dot with the computers off.
Okay, I've got to find the black dot again now. Let's take this off.
Approximately
I think we're quite
60 kilometers away, heading 297. You'll need to be in 120 click scan to pick it up. It's just coming onto the 60 click scan right now.
I need to probably map a oh, right, okay, yeah, roger. Let's, right, let me just... I've got hold of it.
Yep.
Boo.
Hello.
Okay, I'll probably get a better fix when we get closer.
Well, we're in range right now.
Are we really?
Yep.
Right, okay, I've done that. I'm just going to move up to the long side and then...
Yep. And you did the fix on it as well by pressing T2.
Yep, done that.
Okay. Went back to the original T0 or whatever it is.
Right, you need to do that, do you?
Yep.
Okay, let me just make sure this is... It looks very small dot from here. Are we really within range?
Yeah. Hell yeah. We're getting close now. We're 40 clicks out.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, trigger unsafe.
Yeah.
Hold the trigger.
Right.
2 away, breaking off right.
40 kilometers was range, you said?
Yeah. That's about half of the total max range, so
Right.
we've done it.
Around
plenty.
650 meters altitude would be fine.
Yeah.
We want to see these go in now.
Yeah, I've put my autopilot in just to hold.
Hold. I'll do the same. All right.
I'm going to watch these go in.
Okay.
They
Hold.
will make randomized turns when they get
Auto throttle.
to the target, and they'll break apart so that they don't get hit by the same point defense weapons.
It now says nav fail, but I can just live with it.
Yeah. So I'm watching on F10. So mine are going to hit first, then Piper's. Distro, you're well within launch range. Take a shot.
Gosh, they get low to the sea, don't they?
Yeah, they fly around 10 meters, I think. Distro's got his away. Oh, this is going to be good.
Hold on, how do we take a shot from the carrier?
F9.
F9.
My navigation system was drifting a bit,
probably
so
a
I was
good-
probably going to miss.
No, it's fine. It's based on your radar, not your nav system.
Shoot.
Here they come. They're coming in.
I'm going to watch it from the ship, actually.
I'm
Yeah,
watching it
that's
from
what I'm
the ship. Now, he does have all of the goalkeepers, so he's going to try and shoot them down. But he can't get 6 of them.
It's actually hitting it. It's harder for them to hit because he's bow on, isn't he? So
They might do a break to the side. I think mine just shifted. Or was that yours that just... Oh, there we go. Look, they've broken into the sides so that they don't get taken out.
Hey, don't mind. Both broken to the side.
That's 1, 2.
And they were all shut down.
Are they?
Yeah, it looks like some of them got shot down before they hit.
Yep. Mine are still coming in.
That's why it's best to launch them in the salvo to try and overwhelm the ship. Especially Kuznetsov.
Oh, they split.
Come on, hit it.
Yes.
Yes.
He's not dead, though. We'd have to rearm and finish him off. but that aircraft carrier is probably one of the hardest targets that you can go for in the game.
Request
And what do you think? Is that your first time using the anti-ship missiles?
That I haven't done. I've used the RBO4s, but not the 15s. So that's a pretty impressive standoff range, isn't it?
70 clicks before the engine runs out. You could probably get away with launching it at 80 if you really needed to.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
They'll fly for a couple of kilometers with their engine out, and the battery will stay on, which is what you need for guiding in. Yeah, as soon as I'd used the... Because Joker was my main source of vegan information before I bought it, and he said, use the RBO4s, they're really easy. RB15s are too hard. And then when I got the vegan myself, I started to play around, and I thought, why would you not with that kind of standoff range? It's about 3 times longer than the RBO4. Well, we've not managed to fully do any of the objectives for this mission. We left lots of the vehicles still up. We got a few of them, so well done.
Yeah, I did it there.
I am parked on the right side of the runway. So if you come in from the sea and land on the right side, you're safe.
Yeah, altimeter is broken. It stopped for me as well.
Is that just a Mirage thing, or in other jets?
It seems to be working.
Game says I'm at Angels 3.2. HUD says I'm at Angels 2.9.8. And it's
I'll
no
try
longer
climbing.
Yeah, I'm doing the same. Never noticed it before.
Refueling complete.
I think it always worked in 1.5.6.
6, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
it worked perfectly before.
God damn, the climb rate on this Vigan. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, it started working again.
So, Angels did 30, you say?
Yes.
Probably could do with a fuel dump.
My altimeter started working again.
Higher than Angels 30?
I'm at 3.8 at the moment, and it's currently counting upwards continuously to try and get to the correct altitude.
Mine stopped working.
Okay, I'll do a zoom
So-
climb as well.
Yeah, mine
Now
stopped
I've
as
got
well.
to try this as well now.
Mine stopped working at Angels 9,000.
2.9.8.
But it's now started working again. God, the Vigan doesn't like it
Yeah,
up
you're
here.
right.
Well, build for it.
No.
It's a nice view up here.
737 engine should be, you know.
Are you admiring the scenery?
I am. So nice, so lovely.
Oh, they
Now,
get a compressor.
I've just
storm,
gone
I
through an
know.
inversion layer. That's the first time I've noticed one of those.
Yep, my altimeter stopped as well.
I'm seeing how fast I can get this Vigan in a dive, which may not end well. .800 knots.
50. Angels 50 now. Angels 51.
Flame out. Now, engine restart. Oh shit.
How about altitude are you?
930 knots.
Piper, try just setting it to idle cutoff and then back to idle again.
I've got an idle cutoff. Then I've tried after start button. But if you flick the restart button, it should come up again. Let's do that. It's a bit more. I've got time. Hopefully, it should refire up.
You might see bits of my Vigan
Yeah, I've
flying
just-
up.
Yeah, I've just seen it.
I
got up to Angels 5.5 in the Mirage. That's it. It just killed over.
At Mach 1.9, 1.8.
Yeah, careful when you try and pull up, Distro. I thought I was doing a gentle pull up and it ripped my Vigan into bits. So just be
That's
gentle
not
with
good.
it. Yeah, he's slowing down now. It's still 900 knots.
I can see my nav system.
Can't get a restart.
Drifting. Set it back to idle.
I have.
Right.
I'm trying different things at the moment.
What's your
I might have
altitude?
to see what the gliding ability's like.
It's not great.
It's trying to restart.
But what altitude are you?
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, just
You can't restart it above 30,000 feet.
No, I'm not. I'm not above 30.
It actually stops on your way down as well.
Yeah, it started working again.
It's a very strange bug to have. That it just stops at
No,
30,000 feet or so.
it's just not restarting. I'm going to have to try and glide it in. Gear down. Does the gear come down?
Yeah, it's coming down.
Okay.
Remember, you'll have no reverse thrust.
Oh no.
Doesn't the Vigan have a rat?
No. The fighter version did. This one didn't.
Well, according to the manual, we do have one. And we have a emergency generator switch, so I don't know what's going on there.
Because I have seen videos of it out,
Yeah.
but I've not seen anybody use it in DCS. If it does work.
I'm coming in for a very, very short landing. Short approach.
You're still very fast, Distro. You're landing at 180 knots.
I might meet you there, Distro. On a bit of a steep approach.
Well, but
Oh
you want
dear.
a bit of speed to do that. Just high alpha slowdown.
You're looking good so far, Piper.
We'll
You're holding
see.
around 200 knots. And then if you flare at last minute, you'll be
Well, yeah, I'm going to take it all off at the last minute.
yeah.
I'd suggest dropping your fuel tank.
Yeah, I haven't got time to now.
For
Who needs
future
to drop me?
reference.
180, 170,
Hey.
160. You can pop it down now. 150, 140, 130. You can easily get that stopped with the brakes.
Who needs an engine?
Yeah.
Overrated.
Under-aspirated.
Sounds like a Taylor Swift song.
I'm at Angels 54 now.
Yeah.
Almost
Enjoying the
55.
scenery?
Yeah. Even though I don't have a terrain mod active, but my altimeter says I'm at Angels 48.
Yeah, it gets inaccurate when you get up that high. Red Kite's just looping over at 63,000.
I just had a cabin pressure warning.
Yeah, you will do up that high. You might need to put your emergency oxygen on, otherwise you'll get hypoxia. It's something to watch out for.
Right, it was a good mission, even though I failed twice.
Well, it's I thought it would be a good one to work out our low flying skills, do something a bit more serious that we've not done for a while, work as a team as well, get the cat people doing. some
it
cat.
was
Do you know, it's all quite. I mean, on the vegan side of things, we're quite new to all this, so it's it's going to take a bit of time to get used to it.
So,
Yeah.
like, I need to get my formation leading skills back up. to
Yes, you do.
100%.
Should
Well-
we turn right, turns left?
Well,
You were just testing, weren't you? You were testing Distro, see if we
in
were
my
watching.
defense, I just I was confused.
Yeah, well, I must have told you about what my sister did on her driving test when the examiner said turn right at this roundabout. So she turned anti-clockwise around the roundabout.
No
Ooh.
fucking way. Really?
Yeah.
That must be a
Is that
Fail.
nerves? What stupid? Is your sister a little bit dizzy, or is she
It's a little
just...
bit of both, probably.
All right.
That was, I'm sure you won't be surprised to hear, that's an instant fail if you do that.
Well, I didn't think she'd get a high five. I thought you were holding on for grim death.
65,520. That's how high I got.
Jesus.
Do you know how high Preston gets? Something along the lines of 420.
Angels 420.
He's an astronaut.
No, he's just a drug. Like he's one of those.
He's from California.
He's a weed culture person.
Yeah. He's from the valleys. It's like totally cool. It's legal there. I can just smoke all the marijuana.
Yeah, as he said as he was talking to a Dutchman.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Who invented it all?
Right, I'm gonna fuck off.
Yeah,
Okay.
please do this, bro.
Right. It was a good mission, wasn't it?
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
I might put in because I think the mission is solid and there's some randomization, but I think it needs more cap, some later stage cap.
Yeah.
Because you take it all out and then the cap people have nothing to do. So I think I should put some stuff in that spawns, say 30 minutes in, 40 minutes in, just to keep you on your toes.
Well, maybe
also-
when we're on
in that case.
when we're on the way to the target, maybe have some cap, and then the Vikings or whatever or the ground attack flies on while the cap deal with what's coming in.
Yeah. But we can outrun most things anyway.
Did
Yeah.
those MiG-25s have armament? Because they didn't shoot at us.
Yeah, they did. They had 2 long-range radar and they had 2 R60s.
I had no launch warning at all from any of them.
They are set to fire. It's not like they're set to be passive.
Maybe Mirage is so stealthy they can't see us.
Well, to be fair, the flying big, so you can't see shit.
Comrade, I see flying green triangle out of quality street. No, comrade, it's 2 vegans.
It's like when it's got the lights on around the outside, it is like a flying Christmas tree.
Yeah.
There has to be a Christmas tree with skin for it.
Yeah.
Someone has to make it.
I might do. It's fairly simple to do a thing. So if you shoot down both of those MiG-25s, it will wait 10-15 minutes and then spawn another set of MiG-23s, MiG-21s, whatever you want. And I could put in. Well, remember, sometimes those Su-33s will spawn right at the beginning, and the Mirages will have to scramble to take them out. So there's a 50% chance of that happening.
Nice.
Didn't happen this time, but I mean that will give
Have
you
we
something
had
to
any?
do.
If we had any 50% chances happen.
When I test
Every time, yeah.
Well, the F5s, they were a 50% chance to spawn, and the F5s spawned from one of the places, which I can guarantee because I shot one down. I know that they spawned. All of the cargo planes spawned as well. There were 2 of them, or just 1 of them.
Basically, you're trying to put as much randomisation in, so you just even you don't know what's going to happen, kind of thing.
Yeah. And keeps everybody wondering what they're going to fight this time.
That's fair enough.
We got 2 cargo planes. I shot one down on Red Kite as well.
Now, how do you feel about fighting NATO jets? Like an F-16, F-4 Phantoms, put an F-14 in there maybe?
Well, if you put AIM 7s on them,
Yeah.
if you're flying a Mirage or something else, I don't see that as a problem. As long as there's not AMRAAMs on board.
An F-16 with 4 heaters and 2 AIM-7s, that should be a fair match for a Mirage, I think.
4 AIM-7s. Probably put a couple on. Probably a couple of heaters, couple of AIM-7s.
Yeah. The
because
F-16
otherwise
can only carry 2 AIM-7s.
Oh, okay.
But it can carry 6 heaters at most.
Well, that's probably too many. Try and even up the load a
But
bit.
I can give it 6 crappy heaters. Whereas the Mirage gets 2 pretty good ones.
I mean, whether you're flying an SU-27 Mirage or whatever, if it's same, as long as they're not AMRAAMs, then obviously I think it's fairly level. I think
the F-14s as well. F-14s with AIM-7s and a couple of sidewinders on, that's fairly good.
Yeah.
It's got similar speed to a Mirage, and because of the swing wing, it has similar dogfighting.
We need the F-14 now, don't we, really?
Yeah, we do.
And the Harrier, and the 18.
Yeah.
2 more weeks.
Yeah.
Well, for the F-14, it seems to be a lot closer than the F-18.
I hope so.
I heard that the Harrier was going to be out, and it's like it's just gone completely dead. It's quiet.
Yeah, no news.
Do you remember at the beginning of the year when we were starting with all the Grim Reapers YouTube stuff, and we were saying, oh, the Harrier, it would definitely be out by REAP, or the F-18, it would be definitely out by REAP. No. But I also remember saying to John when we were making the videos that I wanted us to get to 1,000 subscribers by the time we got to REAP, and they've nearly hit 3,000.
How many views is he getting?
I don't know.
About 1,000, isn't it? About 800 to 1,500.
It's definitely dipped down because he's lost all of his popular flyers, like us.
Exactly.
And I think it's, to be honest, I think the real market for anything like this is fellow DCS flyers and flying something interesting that's interesting to other DCS flyers, not to your man in the street.
Well, speaking of that, are we going to set up a Daredevil Birds YouTube thing and just put our streams on there, or do not very heavily edited videos of what we get up to?
Well, we could always do a bit of both, couldn't we? Could we do maybe a stream, but we could also do a heavily, very cool with music, kind of cool intro video or whatever. Maybe. Yeah. That's probably an idea.
Come
We've
September.
already got a website too. That's
exactly, yeah. When I finish my degree, I should have a bit more time to do these things.
I think as you can do, I mean, if you do a mission several times, you can intercut stuff together, can't you? And do an overview of one mission. For instance, if you were to fly this a few times and get different footage, you could cut it together.
Plus, the nice thing about doing this is we could fly it a few times and we'd still have a different experience because there's randomization. But if you then jump cut it together, it still looks like the same mission to anybody watching it on a YouTube video.
It's very hard to make one mission look sexy, doesn't it, really?
Well, what's our intention? Are we ending to being like Grim Reapers and start monetizing everything?
Not at all, not at all.
No.
I think it's just a cherry on top. I think the main objective, isn't it? It's to fly and have fun.
Yeah, and just to get some more people involved, because it's always good to have decent pilots with us.
Yes, I agree. More pilots would be great.
You know what I think?
What?
I think that in order for practicing purpose, we should redo a couple of the old missions. Because if we keep doing
Vietnam ones.
No, but I mean, with just different things, because it's still a bit rusty in
we do need to. We've lost some of our edge as pilots working together. I think. I've lost a lot of my dogfighting skills as well. I used to be quite good in the Mirage, and I keep crashing it.
And I think that if we just do the same mission once or twice, that we can, we know how to do the mission, but we can just
hone
our detailing skills a bit.
I think
for
from a
step
point of view of
function.
learning aeroplanes, that's a personal thing you have to go away and do yourself.
Yeah.
Right,
and then
but also
I
things
think-
like,
I think then actually flying together is concentrating on flying as a team.
Yeah.
right, but things like flying in formations and
Yeah, fly
Planning,
formation, but even
okay.
flying this mission tactically together, maybe discussing before we fly what we're going to do, and then trying to execute it.
I mean, we tried to do that where we said, Distro, you'll run in with bombs, we'll pop up and do the rockets. And what
Yeah.
happened? Our rockets missed and Distro crashed before he got to the target.
Yeah, that's all part of it, though, isn't it? I mean, that's going to happen.
yeah, this is why I think just
Um,
retry till you do get it right, and then move on
Yeah.
to the next mission.
Is it worth bringing in, say, a human opposition?
I don't mind doing that. You mean bring back Vasily B?
Oh, God,
I mean,
silly thing, yeah.
I really enjoy PvP because I do a lot of that on the servers personally, and but I quite enjoy moving away from that and doing the vegan type stuff now and again. So
Still, one of my favourite experiences that I had was when we did that grudge match, but it was limited to old school aircraft. F5, MiG-21, Vigans, A-10s, but without any smart bombs. And because it's all within visual range, it's all heat seekers, it's all dogfighting.
Mhm.
Yep.
That was the one where Loki fired some anti-ship missiles at our ships, and I chased them down in my F5 and shot them down with my missiles.
I remember that one. That was a really good one, and that's exactly what I prefer doing is within visual range stuff. Heaters only. And as we had a common ground target, didn't we? I mean, if we get enough of us, or can organise enough of us to get together, we can try and practice a bit of that together and do even two on two or 3 on 3 or whatever.
What about
Like-
popping into the, is it the Cold War server? I can't remember the name of it.
Yes, it is Cold Server. That's one of my favourite ones to fly on. Definitely flying that. I mean, even flying the Vigan air to air in that is a hoot.
Yeah.
To be
Is
honest,
that,
going
MiG-21, F5, Sabre, MiG-15,
yeah,
Vigan, anything
Yeah.
else that they
yeah,
let
it's
in?
The
So
F4
in that-
when it comes out will be brilliant
Oh, yeah,
as well.
that's so good. It's going to
yeah,
be so great.
yeah. I mean,
That's great again.
it will be. That has got ground targets on it as well.
Yeah.
On the Cold War, so you can intermix it. So you can do. We could, as a group, organise ourselves and do an escort out for strikers, as it were, strike and then come back against humans and see how we get on.
Which side does the Vigan fly for in Cold War?
So it'd be blue. So
Okay.
you'd have F5. You'd have to have F5s escorting, maybe Vigans.
I'd fly a Vigan as a self-escort because the F5 only gets 2 missiles. The Vigan could have 6.
Yeah, you can set it up however you want. You know,
And
you've got
fast.
AWACS. You've got AWACS, so you've got to be aware that they are going to be looking for you the
Yeah.
whole time. But yeah, I think it's pretty satisfying because you will get some very good MiG-21 pilots, and you do get some very good MiG-21 pilots on there. So you will be challenged, definitely.
Or maybe we should. Who's flying tomorrow?
I will.
I'm not because
I've got to work tomorrow night, unfortunately.
I will.
Well, maybe anybody who's around tomorrow, let's try hopping onto the Cold War server, see if we can get something done together. Does everybody have a Cold War plane before we?
yes.
Yes.
A10C. That's about it for blue.
I have the A10C. I've hardly flown it, as you know, and I've got the Vigan, which I only sat in today.
There's the A10A as well on the server. I've just joined it to see what there is. So we've got blue side, A10A and C, Vegan, F5E, Sabre, the Hawk,
Yay!
Hawk.
I can
There
use
we
the
go.
Hawk. Yay! I can do the Hawk.
the SA, the Gazelle, and the Huey.
The Hawk's pretty much invincible.
Oh, I love the
Yeah, it
Hawk.
doesn't-
Oh, I think it's brilliant.
You can
Doesn't
fly
have
with
a
no
proper
wings.
damage model.
You can fly with no wings with that.
Well, not
Sounds like a
anymore,
cheat.
apparently.
Have they fixed it?
Is it fixed now?
Didn't they fix that a while ago already?
I don't know. I've flown with people with it literally a couple of months ago, and it was
Oh,
you can literally fire about 4 sidewinders into it, and it'll still fly with no wings.
That's a bit
it's why
silly.
we use it.
It's British engineering at its best.
Never beat it, can you, eh?
God, embarrassing as a module. Hopefully they'll get it sorted eventually.
It's a lovely plane to fly.
Not fast enough. It's got to have a burner. If it's not got a burner, it's not worth flying.
It's a trainer, isn't it? At the end of the day, so
Yeah, I think was it 450 tops? I think.
About that.
It's a trainer. It's good. It's
Razbam
great.
just
It's a great
posted-
trainer.
Razbam just posted a picture of, I think, the MiG-19 cockpit with it's
Oh, I
coming
saw
along.
that. Yeah.
So now I was trying to think if I'd like that or not. I'm not really sure if it appeals. I don't probably know enough about the aeroplane, to be honest.
It's in a weird place historically. It's too good to fight against sabres, but it's not good enough to fight against an F5. But then again, quite a lot of the time it comes down to the pilots, doesn't it? So
Well, of course it does. I mean, it is satisfying to fly something that's not very capable and shoot down an F-15.
Yeah, quite generally, it's about 20% the aircraft and 80% the pilots.
Of course it is, yeah. If you get someone who knows exactly what they're doing against someone who hasn't got a clue, then
Yeah,
got a hope,
it's
they
why
really.
Eurofighters or Rafales keep shooting down F-22s.
Yeah. No, but I don't know where, as you say, I don't know if I'd end up buying that. There seems to be so much stuff in the roadmap and coming out that.
yeah,
I mean, even the F-18, I think I'd hold off buying that for a while because I think it's such a large module to learn that.
yeah, and it's not going to be feature complete when they release it. They've said when it releases in beta, it will not have any guided air-to-ground weapons available for it. So if you want to do multi-role, you'll be stuck with iron bombs, just like you are with the Mirage.
Well, then you will have time to learn it properly.
Yeah, you'll be able to go step by step.
Yeah, exactly. Just as you would in real life, basically.
I mean, I bought the Mirage early, and then I didn't actually touch it till later on. I think this time round with the F-18, I'll probably leave it until it's well bedded in and maybe in a sale, and then I'll when I get to the point, I think I'll end up buying it and learning it. But I think it'll take a while to learn that module.
I
See,
mean,
then, sorry, you carry on.
well, the A10, that's hard, and the F-18 is said to be an order of magnitude harder than the A10 to learn. So
Yeah,
it's
I mean-
not simple.
Even the A10, I haven't even thought about getting because of the amount. I think how long it would take to learn it. I must admit, I really do quite enjoy the 70s type era jets
Yeah,
because of the simplicity, analog, quite simple, but brute force nature of them. So, yeah. F-14, I think, will definitely get that straight away, especially as, heat blur do such a polished product from when they release it as well.
who's doing the F4? Is it Belton Tech?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it is, isn't it?
That's going to be a while away yet, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's going to be quite. The Hind has been rumoured to be in production for a good 3 years, so that could be a lot further along.
But
I
They mentioned they're making one.
no.
It's got a fixed cannon, not a turret on the front.
Yeah, and I think the reason that it has the fixed one is because they started doing it before multi-crew was a thing. So they wanted the pilot to be able to control the gun and not rely on a gunner to be aiming the gun around. However, the gun is the same one that's on the Frogfoot, but it has almost twice the barrel length, giving it a much, much faster muzzle velocity. So it will have similar destructive value capability as the A10's cannon. It's going to be incredibly powerful.
I heard that. I think they had one with some interview with Wags, and he was saying I don't think they've actually got too much work to do on the Hinds because it's very
Really?
similar to the MI8. Apparently,
Well, most of the systems are the same. The engine's the same. All of that stuff. So
it's very
yeah.
similar. So they haven't got a great deal to do. So Distro would love it.
oh,
Yeah,
you'll be
so will
straight
I.
into it.
What are we talking about?
The Hind.
Hinds,
Oh, right.
yeah.
What
Oh,
does
yeah.
the front seater do? If the front seater can't aim the gun because it's ball sighted, does the front seater have any job really?
Mix the drinks, make the gin and tonics, and
Is
out
he a
peanuts.
Fio? He's not a Rio. He's a Fio. Thank God someone laughed. Actually, it would be good just to get multi-crew working. Full stop.
Yeah.
L39 works, doesn't it? Anybody got the L39 and been multi-crewing in that? No.
I've flown it a few times, yeah.
Have you had someone in the other seat, Raven?
Yes.
Any good? Does it work all perfectly and seem okay? Must be a bit funny flying around with someone in the front seat.
It's a bit weird. Yeah, I've flown backseat a few times with yeah.
Yeah, the F-14 is going to be great fun, especially if our group, if quite a few of us get it, because then we'll definitely have PvP 2 against 2. That would be hilarious.
Well, basically, I just want
dead, right?
I want for me myself personally a dedicated air-to-air fighter.
Oh right,
Yeah.
Not the F-15.
Like what?
Oh please, not no. Seriously, the cockpit
F-16?
looks so wrong in VR. The radar is just super powerful.
But they were talking about doing a clickable F-15C.
There's going to be an E.
The E, they were going to do an E. That was going to be done by Razban, but
no, it's going to be done. Yeah, it's going to be done by Razban, I think. But they were talking about making the F-15C clickable.
Well, if they do that and they fix the radar, because locking up a hovering helicopter just above the ground is stupid. Looking up a Mirage and firing at it at 20 feet is stupid.
Yeah, well, it's Flaming Cliffs, isn't it? So it's all simplified, you know.
I'm trying to phase them out from our missions. I didn't put any F-15s in tonight because it would have just been too overpowering. I put in the flankers.
It gets to the point where we're all getting much more. We want much more realism, I suppose. We appreciate much more realism. Let's put it that way.
Not just sticking a bunch of Phoenixes on an F-15 and hopping into open conflict like Joker's been doing for the last few days.
Was he?
Yeah.
God.
I modded some Phoenixes on me F-15. I'm getting loads of kills, like.
I think he just loved to. Sorry, go on.
Okay, there's something about actually flicking a switch in a cockpit and it does something.
Yeah.
Not pressing a key on a keyboard. I mean, I use VR, so it's brilliant looking down and actually flicking that switch, seeing that switch go, and then seeing the radar turn into life. You know, it's just one of those immersion things.
You'll love the Vigan then. The switches sound amazing in the Vigan. They all have 70s clunks to them.
I did sit in it. I think the one thing that really got me was how jerky it is. So, I was taxiing out. It is so much more responsive than anything else I've flown.
Mm.
Only on the taxi, and the rest it's pretty standard.
It's that rudder, isn't it? The rudder's just a bit frisky.
Yeah. Otherwise, no. I'm going to spend more time in the Vigan just to see what I can get out of it, really.
Well, when it first came out, I wasn't really sure if I was going to get it, and then the more I looked into it, I thought, I like unusual. It's unusual and different, and that's what makes it quite rewarding, isn't it? Being able to land within, even just landing it is different to anything else in the game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, especially with those reverses. Has anyone actually tried landing on the road?
Yes.
Did it work?
Well, because my rudder is still currently on the button, it didn't. Because I just...
if you touch down with the thrust reverser on and don't touch the rudder, the autopilot will keep you centered. As long as you don't touch the rudder, it should.
I was just thinking about it. I've never had to touch the rudder when I've touched down, I don't think.
Well, did you
except for towards the
wheel
rollout.
brake?
The rollout
Did
you
use the
do.
wheel brake?
Yeah, when you use wheel bait, you do need to use rudder,
Yeah.
but yeah.
But the problem is, like, in order for not to have to use rudder, you need to be lined up perfectly with the road. On a runway, it's quite wide, so it doesn't really matter. But on a road, if you're off by 1 or 2 degrees, you're gonna have about 100 meters before you're done. Before you just get a wheel in the grass and you flip over.
I have to say that everything we've been speaking about the last 15 minutes should have been a podcast.
We could do that. Yeah, get a sponsor. Get sponsored by Thrustmaster.
It was just because we weren't talking crap. Everything was, there was constructive, there was a criticism, there was something else, and that makes for a good podcast.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
It's one of the things. If we had a channel on YouTube, we can have it running, and if it's a decent conversation, you can post it, and if it's a load of bollocks, you don't.
Still post it.
No, because otherwise it's just like you just get crap on there, and people think, "Oh, all right." But if it is interesting, then I mean, even talking about what's going on at the moment is, I suppose, quite interesting to anybody who's in the hobby, isn't it?
Yeah, and some of the casual players don't know about it, and they get their information from DCS YouTubers rather than going onto the forums or reading the newsletters. So, yeah.
What we don't want to do, though, is start it and then just stop. Leave it for 3 months and then post something else.
Yeah.
Well, as long as you get put something up once a month. I mean, I don't really subscribe to this thing. You need to put something up every week or every 2 weeks.
Every day.
Or,
every day.
Every day. Every once a month. If it's decent, what I think is quality rather than quantity. Something interesting.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Actually put effort into something and then you'll get the rewards after that, don't you?
Well, you're judged on what you put up, aren't you? So if you put something decent up, I mean, I must admit, when I first came into this, I got hooked on Ralphie Do because he does a good polished product at the end of the day, and it's very watchable. Even my missus, who has got no interest in DCS, who I've even tried to cajole into it and let her fly around in something, even she enjoys. I mean, she watched the vegan review and thought it was brilliant, and she's got no interest in it. So,
that's assuming we can get similar sort of people on. I mean, if you have Joker talking, that's just going to be something wacky.
Well, you just edit him out.
Yeah.
5 minute lots of beeps. Yes, I can imagine that. How many points did you kill? How many, all that stuff. I'm the best, and
I'm the best.
No,
I killed so many.
I rammed a ship using another ship.
Oh dear. Yeah, so the thing is, he gets the butt of jokes sometimes as well. Because he's the way he is.
Maybe he could be our mascot. But that's all good. I've enjoyed our chat. Actually, that's really good. Really constructive. And I have to go now, so I hope I'll see most of you again. I probably will.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, I'll be on tomorrow night. Otherwise, have a good evening, or I'll see you later.
Okay. Bye-bye, Risky.
Okay, mate.
Have a good night.
Cheers.
Is anybody staying on?
I'm going to play Elite Dangerous.
Alrighty.
I can stay for a bit, yeah.
Yeah, I can stay for a bit. I'll recharge my glass and come back, and then if you want to do something else,
I need to
I'm
get a
quite
drink
happy
as well. I'll stop the
Yeah.
stream here. Thank you for
I'll get a
watching and see you
drink.
tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Yeah.